Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I'm here today because it is Thursday, which means it's BookList Thursday. And BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book, thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today, this theme is inspired by something my children like to say when they reference that I'm old. Because they'll say things like, oh, that sounds like somebody born in the 1900s would say that, or that's so from the 1900s. So to me, the 1900s were like, not that long ago, but it has been like 23 years, almost 24 years since then, since the end of the 1900s. So we thought we would share with you books that we have that were published so long ago in the 1900s. So I went through my list of books that I have on my shelves. I sorted them in Goodreads, which if you do have a fair amount of books on your shelves, being able to have them all listed in Goodreads as books you own and easily searchable, and you can filter things, it's really, really convenient. So I highly recommend doing that because it helps, especially for things like this. So I decided to do like the last 5 decades of the 1900s and see what books I have from those decades. So the 1950s, I do own the book The Haunting of Hill House. This is by, I want to say, Shirley Jackson. Currently lent out to a friend of mine at the moment, but I do have it. I haven't read it yet. I wanted to read it spooky season, but I didn't get it back from her quite in time, but that's okay. This is kind of known as one of the creepiest, spookiest, ghostiest type of stories that there are. So you can see why it would definitely make its way onto my shelves. That's all I really know about it. I like to keep those types of creepy, thrillery books a little bit of a secret for me, so I don't have much else to add. All right, so a book written in the 1960s. I have A Wrinkle in Time. This is by Madeline L'Engle. This is the Disney version of it, but you know what? It's gorgeous. I don't know a ton about this book other than it's a daughter on a quest to, I guess, save her father. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. The back of the book really only talks about the Disney film and the all-star cast crew. I should have looked at this before I filmed this. But it is what it is. A Wrinkle in Time, 1960s, definitely one I want to read. I think I'm waiting for Middle Grade March to do this one, although why wait, right? So for the 1970s, I have The Westing Game. This is by Ellen Raskin. This was definitely influenced by Audrey for me to pick it up. Right around the time I was reading The Inheritance Games, she also read The Westing Game. I guess it's very similar vibes. So I grabbed this one, have yet to pick it up, but I want to. This one, let's see, a bizarre chain of events begins when 16 unlikely people gather for the reading of Samuel L. Westing's will. And though no one knows why, the eccentric, game-loving millionaire has chosen a virtual stranger and a possible murderer to inherit his vast fortune. One thing's for sure, Sam Westing may be dead, but that won't stop him from playing one last game. I like books that have a little bit of a game element to it. Ready Player One was fantastic. Loved The Inheritance Games. I'm excited to read this. And also keep in mind it is written in the 1970s, so we'll see. For my 1980s friends, not only is this book massively 1980s nostalgia for me, but also the movie that was made from the book, and that would be Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fannie Flagg. I can't even count the number of times I watched the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. My mom loved that movie. Very 80s vibes in that movie. And I have been really motivated to pick this book up. So this one is set in the South. We have 2 women in the 1980s. Gray-headed Mrs. Threadgood is telling her life story to Evelyn. And Evelyn, oh my gosh, I love her character. She is hit middle age. Her marriage isn't great. And she's kind of getting a lot of inspiration from Mrs. Threadgood's story. The tale that Miss Threadgood tells is also of two women. The irrepressibly daredevilish, very tomboyed woman, Iggy, and her friend Ruth, who back in the 30s ran a little place in Whistle Stop, Alabama called a Southern Cafe. Or no, it was called the Whistle Stop Cafe. They offered good barbecue, good coffee, and all kinds of love and laughter, and on occasion, a murder. So I do know what happens. I love the story. I love the movie. I definitely have plans of picking this up. This should be added to my Historathon books. Oh, that would be a good idea, Lindsay. Glad I thought of it. And then 1990s. So 1990s, again, lots of nostalgia for me. 80s born, 90s raised, and Jurassic Park definitely comes to mind. I recently picked this up because my son has actually been loving watching Jurassic Park. He's watched pretty much all of the movies. Very dinosaur motivated. In fact, for dinner last night we had chicken nuggets, and he was not happy that they were not dinosaur shaped. So this has, again, motivated me to pick up the actual book, Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Again, circles around this idea that dinosaur DNA has been discovered and humankind can create and bring these creatures back to life, and they're on Jurassic Park, and you could like go visit it like Disney World, and except it's a lot scarier and not so great things happen. So again, on my list to read just because. So there are my 5 books from the 1900s that are on my TBR, on my shelf, that I need to read. I tried to do 5 books that I've read from those decades, and I couldn't quite put it together. So we're gonna fix that situation with this pile of books. Anyways, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for us for her books from the 1900s, and I hope you got a little bit of a laugh out of this theme, because what else are you gonna do, right? I did. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye. For the street sweeper to go by. There were so many leaves in my neighborhood. They had to bring in 2 like front loader type trucks and 2 dump trucks to pick all of them up just on my street. There's a lot of leaves, and now the street sweeper is going by, and he's backing up and going by again. Yay, fall.